Perception of a truth is more important than the truth itself. An Indian politician knows this principle and try their best to make it work on our minds by creating their own news channels to further their agenda. Through these news channels, they give us the perception as if you are watching the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But unfortunately, they are feeding us just the perception of the truth. Let me give an example of how politicians, through their respective media houses, manipulate our mind. There were two separate rape and murder cases in two states, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan. And one side of media blame it on the BJP government as if the Yogi Adityanath has committed the crime himself. And media houses and politicians were missing from the case when the poor innocent Dalit girl was fighting for her life. And suddenly, after her sad demise, they turned to Hathras to create a political circus similar to PPP Live. And on the other side, a few days later, similar crime was committed in Rajasthan. And another side of the media, led by Arnab Goswami, blamed it on the Congress as if Ashok Gehlot himself committed the crime, in a fight for TRP and appeasement of their political masters. After Sushant case, Arnab became a self-proclaimed crusader of truth. Though he doesn't look more than a clown, media has chosen to show only that part of the truth that suits their narrative. BJP funded news channels threw limelight on everything wrong in non-BJP states. They don't care when BJP legislator like Kuldeep Sengar or Aseem Anand goes on to do what they did and focus on Sushant's case as if it was the last murder-suicide case of India. And the other side, led by NDTV and the News 24, focus on the crimes taking place in BJP-ruled states and completely, and I say completely, ignores the crimes taking place in non-BJP states. Media houses run stories as they are commanded, and in the whole game, the victim is completely ignored and sidelined. Most of the left-wing media houses ignored the burning of a temple priest in Rajasthan, and they would do the same now when a 7-year-old girl is raped and burned in Congress-ruled Punjab. And this time, BJP-bought media houses will scream the hell out of themselves. These same BJP-backed media houses said nothing about the Hathras and capped their toxic campaign of bringing Deepika behind the bars for taking drugs. Now let me give you the names and promoters of the news channels that you think you like. Your favorite clown of Republic TV, Arnab Goswami, and Asianet News is owned by Rajya Sabha MP from BJP, Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Zee Network and WION is owned by Subhash Chandra, a Rajya Sabha MP with the support of BJP. Now, your another very favorite news channel, probably if you are a leftist, then this is what you swear by. NDTVs are owned by Pranav Roy. The NDTV group owns NDTV India, NDTV 24/7, and NDTV is known to be sympathetic to communists. The Bengali Pranav Roy is married to Radhika Roy, whose sister is Brinda Karath, a Rajya Sabha MP from CPIM. Brinda Karath is married to Prakash Karath, who is the General Secretary of the Communist Party of India. News 24 news channel is highly famed for being critical of BJP and a crusader of truth, but it is owned by Rajiv Shukla. Among other things, he was the Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs and the Secretary of All India Congress. He controls News 24 with his wife Anuradha Prasad. Interestingly, Anuradha Prasad is the sister of BJP leader Ravi Shankar Prasad. Rajendra Dadra of Congress controls Lokmat, which is the largest selling Marathi newspaper in Maharashtra. The group also owns IBN Lokmat in close association with the TV18 group. Indian News is owned by Kartikeya Sharma, brother of Manu Sharma, who was sentenced to life imprisonment in Jessica Lal murder case. Kartikeya Sharma owns the ITV Media Group that operates many news channels including NewsX. Kartikeya Sharma and Manu Sharma are the sons of Congress leader Vinod Sharma. Although these days they run propaganda for BJP due to new political equations of Vinod Sharma towards BJP. Times Now is part of the Times Group, which is a very big media house which operates Times of India, Midday, Navbharat Times, Stardust, Femina, Mirror Now, and Times Now itself. It is alleged that Italian Roberto Mindo, who has a share in the group, is close relative of Sonia Gandhi. However, there is no evidence to such a claim, but of course there cannot be a smoke without fire. But Times Group is smarter in this game. They have the Times of India newspaper and Mirror Now, known to be critical of BJP and a stooge of the left, whereas Times Now is a lapdog of BJP. So the Jain family knows how to balance the opinion. National Herald is owned by the Congress family, and Sudarshan News is a stooge of the BJP. Sakshi TV is owned by Jagan Mohan Reddy along with NTV and TV5 in Andhra Pradesh. India Vision is Kerala owned by Muslim League Secretary M.K. Munir. In West Bengal, Communist Party of India controls TV24 Ghanta, and Trinamool Congress owns Kolkata TV. Sukhbir Singh Badal owns PTC Punjabi and PTC News. Jaya TV was owned by Jayalalitha, the AIDMK chief. The DMK chief, how could stay behind? Karunanidhi's nephew Kalanidhi Maran owns the Sun TV and the Sun News channel. And Karunanidhi himself owned Kalingar TV. And all other independent journalists who often claims to be bipartisan are actually wearing a decoy and can be identified easily through their reporting. If any channel is left from this list, then it can be either because the politicians have done a good job in hiding any direct link, or because I got bored of researching all of them. Besides, politicians, businessmen also like to have some control over media, and they either have a share in media companies or they give their share to media companies in exchange of favorable news. Recently a news surfaced that NDTV sold its stakes to Mukesh Ambani, and Mukesh Ambani also owns huge stakes in CNBC, Network 18. All business channels giving stock market advice are so notorious for advertising that the Government of India has warned stock investors to heed to the advice given by the media on their own risk. The truth is that all mass media in India has become corrupt. But the thing is, reporting prejudices were always there since independence, but they were not as vocal and visible as they are these days. And if there is someone making money while delivering the news from the source to the public, you can be rest assured that it won't be 100% true. And please don't be a bigot for your political party. They're all fucking fooling you.